Clipping tools allow you to isolate specific regions of a point cloud by using a resizable and rotatable 3D box. You can apply different clipping actions: highlight, inside, or outside to control which points are visible. For editing, tools help you precisely adjust the box to match your area of interest. Multiple clippings can be combined for more refined selections. Besides volume clipping, several other filtering methods are available to tailor the point cloud according to specific requirements: orthometric clipping, fence clipping, and horizontal clipping. Effortlessly navigate your 3D scene using a 3-window layout that lets you interact with your data from multiple synchronized perspectives. Image orientations and positions are seamlessly integrated, and point clouds can be displayed behind the images for enhanced context. Customize the layout to match your workflow and analysis needs by choosing from synchronized views such as spherical images, point clouds, and 2D maps. Each view offers a unique visual perspective to support thorough inspection and contextual understanding. Measuring distances between objects or along their surfaces, whether in 2D, 3D, or in terms of height differences, is a fundamental task in many types of projects. These measurements are essential for design and layout planning, where precise spacing and alignment are critical. Construction and engineering, to validate dimensions, verify clearances, and ensure structural accuracy. Surveying and inspection, to monitor changes over time or assess compliance with specifications. By capturing accurate spatial relationships, horizontal, vertical, and diagonal, you gain reliable data to support decision-making across disciplines such as architecture, civil engineering, urban planning, and asset management. Calculate surface areas to estimate the quantity of material required, whether the surface lies on an inclined, vertical, or horizontal plane. This functionality allows you to accurately measure complex surfaces, such as sloped terrain, building facades, or flat foundations, and convert those measurements into actionable data for material planning and cost estimation. By adapting the measurement plane to match the orientation of the target surface, you ensure that the area calculation reflects real-world conditions, leading to more precise and reliable quantity takeoffs. Figuring out the slope is super useful in all kinds of real-world situations, especially in construction, road design, and drainage planning. Knowing how steep something is helps you make smarter, safer decisions. For example, when designing a roof, calculating the slope helps make sure water runs off properly and the structure can handle the load. In road and pathway projects, getting the slope right is key to making routes safe, comfortable, and accessible for everyone. It's also important when looking at natural land. Measuring the slope can tell you how water will flow, whether there's a risk of erosion, or if the spot is even a good place to build. To insert a 3D object into a scene, start by loading the desired model into your 3D environment. Once the object is placed, use the preview window to examine it and ensure it meets your expectations before confirming the insertion. This validation step helps you spot any issues with scale, orientation, or appearance early in the process. Next, adjust the pivot point of the object. You can choose from preset values or set it manually, depending on the positioning needs within your scene. It's also important to initialize the object according to the source file's unit system to maintain consistent dimensions and alignment. If your 3D object includes material files, make sure they are supported and applied correctly. This adds realism to the object by rendering it with its intended textures and surface properties. After applying materials, position the object on the ground within the scene to establish a realistic base placement. You can fine-tune the object's placement using rotation, movement, and scaling tools. For more precise adjustments, you have the option to input exact values directly in the user interface, ideal for aligning objects or matching scene measurements accurately. Once everything is in place, save the 3D object along with its coordinates and orientation in the scene. This allows you to preserve the setup for future use. When needed, you can re-import or download the object as a file and reuse it in other scenes or projects without having to redo the positioning.